Hello, my name is Hisonni Mustafa, and I am the writer and director of Legend Has It, The Remarkable Rise of Stephen McCain. This is a short documentary, my first, that is about the unlikely rise from failing to make the 1996 Olympics to pushing to make the 2000 Olympics for a prodigy like athlete named Stephen McCain, particularly in the sport of gymnastics.
This is your first documentary. What drew you to the subject?
I have gone to film school for the first time, and I was challenged by a professor to make a documentary. And at first, I was not really for it. I didn't think the schedule allowed for it. I don't see myself as a documentary, or at least a documentarian, or at least I didn't. And I had the best time making it. I really was in the groove. I had fun. It was nothing but good laughs and fun making the entire project.
Yeah, there's some animation in it. You use a unique way of using the archival footage by screening it in front of them on a
Mhm.
with a was that 16 millimeter?
It was a just a random projector. I have an old projector sitting in my closet, and that was the last piece of the puzzle. I just kind of I set these, you know how creativity is spawned from what do you call it? Limitations. So I kept setting these limitations for what I was going to put into the project. I didn't want to shoot too many days because I have a 2 year old at home. I didn't want to inconvenience my subject, but I wanted it to be interesting. And I was sitting in class one day and I was writing out how I wanted to put together the project. And the projector idea just smacked me in the face like a 2x4.
How did you connect with your subject?
I have known of, so I grew up in the sport of gymnastics in Milwaukee. I went to LaFleur's Academy of Gymnastics. I went to Milwaukee Turner's. I competed for both of those gyms. And I have a very special relationship with my coaches who are both named Jerry. One's name is Jerry Umhofer, who still coaches in Appleton, and Jerry Fix, who now coaches in the Pittsburgh area, in the Pittsburgh area. And they were just the best role models a young man could have. But while watching, film on great gymnasts, I stumbled upon Stephen McCain, and he was this young athlete who just kind of came out of nowhere. He was like a ballerina, but with the power of Michael Jordan, basically, like the explosiveness. He could leap out of the arena, and he just seemed fearless, and like everything he did kind of worked out. And then as an adult, I ended up meeting him out in Los Angeles, and he just turned out to be the best guy ever. But his relationship with gymnastics seemed to be strained. And I couldn't understand why, because, you've accomplished so much. But I think making this documentary allows your subjects, including Stephen McCain, to do a really important retrospective look at what they've done. And in a lot of ways, learn to appreciate their journey a little bit more. Because one of the messages he sent me when we were done was that he thanked me for helping him appreciate his career again.
Is this a series of documentaries? I think you sent me another one, but I was a little busy. I didn't realize it was, I thought it was a different version when I was going through all these films. Like, oh, is this a different cut of the film or whatever? Then I looked at it. Oh, it's like a series of documentaries.
Yes, it is. I've always wanted to do. If I were going to do a documentary, I would love to do like ongoing episodes. Legend Has It. I love that the title of the series allows me the latitude to at least speak from my perspective. This may not be 100% the truth, but it's my perspective because I tend to only want to do documentaries on people who I admired, but maybe somewhat obscure. And I want to shine a light on why I believe these people are legends. So having Stephen McCain as the premiere episode is just the best because not only is he legendary in his career, he's just legendary in how he goes about life right now. Like, we did the documentary and he was able to double for himself as an Olympian because he's kept himself in such good shape over the years. And he's always been there for me as a person. And he lives like 7 miles down the road. So he just a great, great guy.
It's good. How many episodes, or how would you say, films are in this series?
I'm just gonna keep going. Right now I have one and a half. I have the first half of another athlete named Jason Gatson, and I am finishing that in September. And Jason and I have been friends for a long time. Another athlete I grew up watching on television. But the best part about doing this is you really don't know what's going on. I love that they're able to hear how I saw it by watching them on television, seeing them in gymnastics meet with my own eyes. But then they get to tell me, well, no, I may have looked a certain way, but that day I was sick. Or no, my wrist was broken during that meet. Or no, I had just been screamed at by my parents before heading out on the floor. And it reconstructs and recontextualizes your entire picture of the past and what great athletes have to overcome in order to be successful, because it's easy to put rose colored glasses on someone's journey and just be like, you look like you've never seen any resistance whatsoever. And that's the coolest part about doing documentaries, is what you learn along the way.
When you sent this, I was a little surprised because it is a documentary and everything you've done is narrative. Do you plan to go back and forth between documentary and narrative, or do you want to hang in documentary for a while?
I plan on going back and forth. It's an unpopular opinion, but I don't see the difference. They flex the same muscles for me. They're both storytelling. They both challenge me to choose interesting shot setups, to have proper pacing, and to interact with my subjects in respectful ways and hopefully meaningful ways, so that they go out into the world and tell people how good of an experience they had working on the project with me. In a lot of ways, documentaries teach you more about handling your subject with care than narratives. Narratives, I'm taking a lot of my demeanor and my bedside manner from documentaries into narratives, because at one point, during narratives, I start to see the actors as the characters. And if there's a little bit of hardship during shooting, I've always justified it by saying, well, the character's going through it. But with documentaries, this is someone's life, this is a real person. You really give them the white glove treatment. And then I realized, why am I not doing that with everyone? So I am now. I'm definitely going into narratives with lessons from documentaries that I wasn't expecting.
What's next for you? You mentioned you're working on another documentary, but after that, do you have plans for anything else? I know you actually started a program with Tyler Perry Studios.
Yeah, I just got home from the Tyler Perry Dreamers Collective. I am a part of the top 10. I won a top 10 placing, and I went to Tyler Perry Studios for 11 days. I got to work with him a bit. I got to work with Rachel Raymondson, Dr. Rachel Raymondson, who has directed, I think, 20 or 30 episodes of television. Mary Lou Belli, who teaches television directing for every program, Warner Brothers, CBS, Disney. She's kind of like top tier. We did everything on live sets, including backlots for New York City in the middle of the night with cranes and crazy expensive picture cars. They rolled out the red carpet for us, and if people knew what I learned at the Tyler Perry Dreamers Collective, I'd already have a job. Uh, but I plan on putting this energy into making the top five in that program, because they will produce films for the top five. And the film I'm going to try and make is a real heart jerking story narrative. And I believe I have a shot at the top five. Once I'm done with that, I'm diving into school. I have a film AAS that just came in the mail right here. So I'm on my way to getting 3 film degrees: an AAS in film, a BA in film, and hopefully an MFA in film. And I will hope to teach one day at the college level. Um, at UNLV, where I'll be finishing my BA, I plan on making a film at UNLV and finishing Legend Has It. The Gatson is the name of the second episode, and submitting both of the films I make in the fall for the student Emmys, to try and win a student Emmy or two next summer. And beyond that, I'm just studying my butt off, taking care of my kid, and finishing my feature film, The Beautiful Brain of Billy Bendicito, which is in post production. Currently editing it.
Great. And I know you're also helping us with a panel
I
uh,
am.
during the festival too. You're one of the panelists for filmmaker pitfalls. The goal is to give advice to filmmakers to avoid certain problems that might happen during completion or afterwards on the festival circuit. So thank you for doing that.
I'm actually really excited about it. And it's the perfect panel for a guy like me because I've messed up a lot and I'm still messing up. So it'll be more of just talking my way through with a bunch of my peers, uh, you know, best practices I have thus far. And I can't be more excited about the film festival. I'm bringing my family. So
Oh,
I have my 2 year old with me and my girlfriend with me to meet my family once I get back home to Milwaukee. And I miss the Avalon. I miss you, Ross. So I'm super excited to see you and just experience the festival again.
oh, thank you. And thank you for doing this. I know our time is short today, but thank you.
No problem. Thank you. I really appreciate it.